Via UL has been to design an ultralight shelter at only 1200 grams, yet provide lots of internal space and make it super easy to use and understand. Despite its low weight, it's still packed with a lot of features and small details, so let's take a closer look. When pitching a tent, always work with the wind, meaning have the wind in your back. As you can see, we have a light breeze today, and it's always good to practice for harsh weather as well. Fastening, securing your tent in the direction of the wind, that way your tent will never blow away. Trekking pole tents are maybe a little bit daunting at first because it requires a new way of thinking when putting up the tent. But once you get the hang of it, it's actually quite intuitive. An important step when pitching the Via 2 or the Via 1 is to find 90-degree angles in the corners, making a true rectangle. The tent is equipped with pole socks at the apex points of the tent, making it super easy to erect the tent in one quick motion. The zippers of the tent are ultralight number 3 YKK zippers, and one way to relieve stress of the zipper is to pitch or to peg out the vestibule door at a slight angle. This way the pull takes a bit of stress of the zipper. On perfectly flat ground, the tent is designed to be pitched with trekking poles set at 125 centimeters. In real life, you may have to adjust between 120 and 135 centimeters due to the ground being uneven. Here we have a natural obstacle for the biggest door of the tent. We have designed it so that we can easily change the peg-out point, and now we can open the smaller door with ease, avoiding the natural obstacle. The tent comes with enough pegs to have separate peg-outs for the door and apex guy lines. However, you can save a bit of weight and leave a few pegs at home and utilize the same pegs for both door and apex point. Now that all the pegs are in, it's just a matter of bringing correct tension to the tent in order to get the fly sheet taut. We've chosen an ultralight 15 denier ripstop polyester fabric. The advantages of polyester is that it's hydrophilic, meaning that it doesn't absorb water when wet and it doesn't stretch, which is even more important. This means that you don't have to adjust the tent tension when water comes on the tent in the form of rain or dew. Since the fly doesn't absorb water like nylon does, it continues to stay light even when wet when you pack it down in your pack. We've built in a lot of intuitive and easy to use features. One example of this are the magnetic door tie bags that are a pleasure to use. The tent is ready to use now. However, if you wish to have a perfectly flat floor, you can go around and attach these additional cords that will stretch out the floor completely. One big advantage of a trekking pole tent compared to a traditional tent design is that you can heighten or lower the tent depending on the conditions you find yourself in. You can heighten the tent if you want more airflow underneath the tent, or if it's a cold breeze you want to avoid, you can lower the tent and adjust the tension on all the guy-out points. Despite its low weight, it's still incredibly spacious. We've achieved this by an offset pole design that creates lots of headroom, and then with the raised foot end, no sleeping bags will be touching the inner and create a damp sleeping bag in the morning. The tent is equipped with 4 pockets in total, including 2 top pockets. The inner tent is 220 by 130 centimeters wide, meaning you have space for 2 wide and long mats inside the tent. In good weather, you can roll back both doors on both sides and create lots of ventilation.